All right, guys. So right here, I want to give you guys a quick update. And as you can see, we actually gave an analysis on this market, and we expected the third wave. Now, let's go back to 1 hour time frame. So we're going to see the picture of what we're talking about. Now, during our previous analysis, price was actually retracing into this structure zone. Okay, and we also gave a Fibonacci retracement, and we found out that this was actually the 61.8%, and it was actually a good confluence, which this structure made the 61.8, which was a good sign that price was likely going to reverse to the downside. And based on our trading concept, we need to have at least 3 waves, and being that this is the wave 1 and this is the wave 2, so it was expected for the market to make the third wave to the downside. Now, sometimes there might be more than 3 waves in the market, whereby we have 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 waves. So it is actually a normal thing in the market, because if we go down to the previous movement, I think let's go over to the 4 hours time frame. So if we go down to the previous bearish movement to the downside, you're going to see the same thing. Okay, so this was a similar example. As you can see, this is a correction, and everything right here also is a correction. Now you can see right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So literally, price gave us a 5 wave. So now, as you can see, we have this level, which is the 50% retracement. We also have this level as the 61.8% retracement. So you might be wondering how I was able to come up with that. So let's go over to the daily time frame, and you're going to see how we came up with that. Now you can see this is on the daily time frame, and right here, this is the previous swing. Now this is the impulsive phase. Okay, this is the impulsive phase. For those learning our concept, this is the impulsive phase. This was the previous corrective phase. Okay, and one thing is that when a new impulse is about to begin, the previous correction must have ended. So you must be able to know how to recognize an impulse, and at the same time how to recognize a correction. Not just that, but also knowing when an impulse is about to begin, and at the same time when a correction has ended. So this is one of the most important things we also need to know about. Now, within this impulsive phase, as you can see, we actually have our impulse and correction. We have this impulse and correction. So now the second correction is actually active at the moment. This is the first correction, and as you can see, we could actually use the Fibonacci tools from the swing low to the swing high, and we found out that it was around the 61.8 we had a turnaround. So these Fibonacci tools actually help traders to identify possible areas where a correction can reverse. Okay, this is the reason of this Fibonacci retracement, right? Now, using the same thing with this swing low right here and the swing high, we can see that the 50% was actually, so you can see that the 50% was actually at this retracement level, which is the previous high. Okay, this is the previous high. And if we stretch it down to the right, you can see that this is the 50%. So which I believe that price can actually retrace to this area of support level, which is a structural area. And at the same time, if this level could not hold, we can still see price retracing back to the 61.8%. So overall, we are still expecting price to depreciate to the downside as the correction is still active. Okay, and as you can see right here, we have the bearish wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Now, currently price is at the support zone. So I believe that we just need to find something, some form of formation at around the support zone. So right here, I'm on the 1 hour time frame. As you can see, this is the impulse, right? So right here we have the impulse, correction, impulse, and right here the correction that is actually forming. Now, for those looking to trade USDJPY, we could still see price retracing into the structural area. we can go to the 30-minute time frame and we look for a formation. You can see price is also giving us a retracement, something like this that can retrace into the zone, and possibly we can actually use the trend line. Sometimes trend lines, a break of trend line doesn't really signify change of market direction. And I think this is something we all need to actually have an idea about, okay? But you can see we can actually take away the trend line, but this is a formation that I personally I'll be interested in, that might lead price to the downside. So once we have something like this, then we can be able to take action. So I would want you guys to put this into consideration. This is USDJPY. This is on the 30 minutes. So this is what we have for you for USDJPY. One other thing is that price can actually turn into a complex structure where this is going to be the wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3. So it is going to be more like a range. You can see right here, going to be more like a range. So we have two touches at the resistance, because this is how you identify a range. We have two touches at the support right here. This is the first touch, and we have the second touch, and two touches at the resistance. This is the first and this is the second. So this automatically turn into a range or a sideways. So this is something at the same time we should also have in mind, because these are possibilities that can actually happen in the market. But then we are looking towards price retracing into this zone and then going forward to the downside, because we are expecting more waves, more movement to the downside. Okay, and mind you, everything right here also belongs to a correction, which in turns is a downtrend, because we can actually do the same thing right here. The same formation also happened right here. You can see this literally took about a week and some few days, right? A week and some few days. All right, so let's go over to GBPUSD. So if you guys have any question, you can use the comment section to pass your question across, and we are constantly going through your comments. So if you have any question, reach out to us on the comment section. Now this is on GBPUSD. On our previous video, we actually did the same analysis where we gave a projection on what to expect from GBPUSD. Now at that time, price was somewhere around here. So this was the formation we were observing in the market, and we expected something like this, where we have the wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3 to the upside, because we actually expected price retracing to. So let's go back to the 4 hours time frame. I mean, all of these projections were made during the live market analysis on Sunday. So we usually have market analysis every single Sunday on our Facebook page. We go live, and we also do that on our Telegram channel. So if you want to become a part of this market breakdown, market analysis, you could also learn from this weekend session. All right, so make sure you join our Telegram channel and also follow us on our Facebook page. All right, so you guys don't miss out on these updates. Now this is on the the 4 hours time frame. So we expected the same movement. You can see we have the bearish impulse, we have the bearish correction, we have the bearish impulse. So we're expecting the same bearish correction, just like the same thing that happened within this movement. So we're expecting the same thing to happen. So literally we were expecting price to give wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 to the upside, retracing back to this resistance trend line. But like I said, trend lines can get broken at any time. It doesn't really mean a change of market direction, because we actually have the same thing. This is also a trend line. We just need to have minimum of 2 touches of the resistance to have a good trend line. So you can see this is a trend line, and we can see our price broke away from the trend line zone to the upside, and then price went back to the downside. So don't really see trend line as a change of direction when you see a breakout. It is not always so. Now, so it means that even if we add wave 1, wave 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, something like this, which is possible, it doesn't really mean a change of direction like this. Okay, so this is everything right here also belongs to a correction, just like what actually happened right here. So we could actually expect more movement to the downside. Now you can see what the market did. So this is the reason why patience is always the key. So how you define your entry also matters. So you don't really get into the market at the wrong time, okay, or get into the market way too late. All right, so you can see. Now let's go back to the 1 hour time frame so I can pinpoint some of the things that actually happen. So I think one reason why the market dropped to the downside, you can see the sharp movement to the downside. There was a news on pounds. And I mean, this actually happened during morning session at my time zone. We had a very massive spike to the downside. And as you can see, so this movement literally was caused by a particular news event. But as you can see, we had a support structure, and I was expecting price breaking through. But at the same time, you can see now this is the reason why, for those learning through academy, of course you know what a complex correction is all about, right? Now you can see everything right here becomes the wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3. So it means all we are having right here still belongs to a correction. Okay, it still belongs to a correction. So it still belongs to a correction. So now what we are expecting is to see price breaking above this resistance structure, and sometimes it could also still keep on raging, within the same area. You can see, because there are different ways correction can actually appear in the market, right? So, but this is the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and expecting the wave 3 to continue to the upside, to make an extension to the upside. Then we are going to have another bullish correction to the downside. But everything you're seeing within this movement to the upside is all correction, right? Everything is all correction. Now we can actually go ahead to the 30-minute for those interested in taking a trade on GBPUSD. Personally, for me, I'll be interested in taking a buy, but not just taking a buy randomly. Now, mind you, price appears at a resistance structure, so you wouldn't want to just take a buy because resistance structures are filled with buyers. I mean, they are filled with sellers, right? The support structures are filled with buyers. So we always want to be careful when taking a buy at a resistance structure because these are where the sellers are. But then we need to observe, you can see how price is creating a retracement. So the question is that why would the market create a retracement at the area of resistance? There are some things that happens not because of, it is not random. All of this movement are not random. There is a reason behind all of this movement. So there is always a footstep. So when buyers are coming into the market, there is always a footstep. So some of the things must be recognized by traders. So you can see we are having a retracement, but not just having a retracement, but also having a valid retracement. So let's go over to the 15-minute time frame so we can see the clear formation. As you can see, we have bullish impulse, correction, bullish impulse, and this is a correction. So now, but one thing is that this is not yet a valid correction, okay? Because this could be the wave 1, wave 2, and we could have another wave 3 to the downside before price move up to the upside. But if our top price breaks above, we can actually place a buy at the break of this, putting the buy stop at the above right there, and the stop loss below right here. Okay, because if we go over to the 5 minutes, I think this is already giving us wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Okay, so I mean this is exactly the same thing that actually happened here, but this was not giving us any form of waves. We only had wave 1, as you can see, but price still went to the upside. But the idea behind those waves is just to give us clarity and to also help us to differentiate between invalid correction and a valid correction. So all of these things are very, very, very important. Okay. Now, I think this is all clear for GBPUSD. We've done for USDJPY. So if you have any question regarding all of this pair, you can always let us know. Please make sure you join our community channel. Make sure you join our community channel if you don't want to miss out on any of those updates. This is also a formation of a double bottom formation. As you can see, this is the bottom one and also the bottom two. So this is the reason why, furthermore, we could also expect, further movement to the upside. So this is all we have for you guys today. Do make sure you join our Telegram channel so you guys don't miss out on any of this updates. And at the same time, there's going to be a link for you guys to join our website. We have a lot of tools, a lot of activities on the website, so you guys can create an account. It's totally free. So once you create an account, you gain access to all of these tools and the resources that we have packed for you guys. So I'll see you guys on our next video.